Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. This time I wanted to make a short video mostly as a reminder and a bit of a time capsule for myself and many other people in the future, just to remind you of certain things that change, and certainly something that's changed in 5.3, and that's a change to Levequests or Levequests, depending on how you want to pronounce that. I know that there are people who pronounce it both ways. It is just how it is. Please try not to, argue over that too much in the comment section. It really doesn't matter, but then people will anyway. But over here, we're in Quarry Mill. I wanted to just demonstrate the changes to Levequests. Basically, this is something I think that's worth mentioning and worth making a video on, simply because it will be lost to obscurity. It's such a minor thing. It really is. But it's the minor things that change that make the biggest of impact, or at least they do in my own personal opinion. So currently in the game, or previously to 5.3 at least, you would have to click on the Levequest. You'd find it in your journal. Obviously you've got your Levequest here, and you would initiate it here, no problem, and you'd have to be on the ground. Well, the biggest difference here is that obviously we have flying now, but not just because of that. Once you're mounted around, something you couldn't do previously would be to initiate a Levequest. So obviously you were forced to stand still. You know, it was a bit jarring because if you were going between places, you weren't being able to activate stuff. But now, as you can see, you can do it whilst mounted. But you can also do it whilst moving, whilst mounted. And you can even do it in mid-air, because obviously a Realm Reborn has flight now. So the majority, well, pretty much 99% of the world now is completely unjarring. You know, like, you don't have to stop for anything. I thought this was a really, really big change. So not only can you initiate quests, obviously, in midair, you can abandon them as well. So you can see, look, I've abandoned that completely. I can even retry that. I'm burning through my Levequests today to just to show this off. But we're mounted, we're moving, we're planning our attack. We've got a couple of Levequests perhaps. Maybe you're moving between somewhere and you just want to initiate something. You can just activate it like that. Fly over there and, attack it head on. The other advantage that this has as well is if, for example, in your a larger, a higher level area, for example, if you're in a Dravanian hinterlands and you were perhaps leveling through there and you didn't want to fight through all the optional extras. For example, on this, there's a wanted goblin. Perhaps you don't want to fight through that. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but you'd be able to fly around it, or at least initiate it whilst mounted, which gives you, obviously, more time to react to things. But I think it's incredibly cool that we can just, initiate and abandon from a mounted position. The reason I think it's majoritively cool is because previously a lot of the things that involve interactions, or the availability of your character to stand still, whilst it locks you into a specific situation. I mean, this has also changed here as well. No longer are you forced to stand still. It doesn't pause you whilst it loads the Levequest. It just does it. It initiates it. You can walk around. So I think it's a massive change, but one that will be incredibly overlooked, much like every other quality of life change that we see added to the game. But yeah, I wanted to, draw your attention to this one. There are many, many videos like this that I've done in the past, and they all serve to be a reminder of the things that we take for granted, including the, no longer getting heavy if you mount up and walk through enemies. That used to be a thing where you would just get heavied all the time. That no longer happens. It really is quite crazy, the things that we take for granted, and this is the argument I always have when I talk to people when they start praising 1.0 and wishing for the good old days, and I'm like, well, yeah, okay, there are good elements of 1.0, but for the most part, the time since then to current day has been so vastly improved just across the entire board that I think that people are taking stuff for granted. So here we go, another one for the time capsule. The availability to mount and initiate and abandon Levequests or Levequests. Another one for the history books. Let me know what you think about this, if you can remember the last quality of life change that changed your way of life. and I'll see you all next time.